When a hurricane hits, the storm itself, that's really just the beginning. The real battle, that often starts after the skies clear, when you have to deal with your insurance company. So today, we're going to break down how you can get through the mess of a hurricane claim and, more importantly, how you can actually fight for what you're owed. And this quote, man, it just hits home, doesn't it? It's almost impossible to describe that feeling. You're standing there looking at your home, and it's just total chaos. And right at that moment when you need support the most, you're suddenly expected to start one of the most stressful, complicated financial battles of your life. All right, section one, after the storm. Let's just talk about the tough reality of what comes next. I mean, the damage can be right in your face. Roof leaks, maybe widespread flooding, or it could be something hidden, like a structural problem that you don't even discover for weeks. And all the while, you've got this immense stress hanging over you, all from one single question. How in the world am I going to fix all this? So you have insurance for this exact reason, right? But for so many homeowners, this is where a whole new storm starts to brew. We're talking about the insurance battleground. It becomes a struggle to get what's fair, right when you're at your absolute weakest. And here's something you have got to understand. It's a fundamental conflict of interest. Your insurance company, it's a business. Sure, you pay them for protection, but at the end of the day, their goal is often to protect their bottom line. And how do they do that? By minimizing what they pay out in claims. This brings us to the key players in this whole drama. First, you've got the adjuster that your insurance company sends out. Let's be clear, they work for the insurance company. Their loyalty, it's to their employer. But then there's another kind of adjuster, a public adjuster. And this person is a licensed professional who works only for you. Their entire job is to make sure you get a full and fair settlement. So, because of that conflict of interest, you start to see these, well, let's call them tactics. They might try to argue that the damage to your roof was already there before the storm, or they might leave out critical repairs from your settlement saying, oh, sorry, that's not covered. Or worst case scenario, they just flat out deny your claim entirely. But, and this is a big but, you do not have to face those tactics all by yourself. There is an advocate who can step in and fight on your behalf, and that's the public adjuster. So what is a public adjuster? Let's be super clear. This is a state licensed professional. Their job is to represent you, the person who holds the policy, and you alone. You can think of them as your personal expert, your guide through the whole negotiation. I love this phrase because it's exactly what they do. Think about it. Your insurance company has teams of experts, lawyers, and adjusters all working for them. A public adjuster is your expert. They're there to level the playing field to give you the same professional firepower that the insurance company has on their side. Okay, so how does a public adjuster actually fight for you? Let's walk through what the path to getting a proper payout really looks like. It's really a thorough three-step process. First, they do a super detailed inspection, documenting absolutely everything with photos, reports, you name it. Second, they go through your policy with a fine-tooth comb to uncover every bit of coverage you're entitled to. And finally, they take over the entire negotiation. They handle all the phone calls, all the emails, and they fight for every single dollar you deserve. And the goal here is twofold, and honestly, both parts are just as important as the other. First, obviously, it's to maximize your financial payout so you have the money to rebuild. But just as crucial, it's about taking the enormous stress and the huge burden of this fight completely off your shoulders. Okay, but here's a big question I know a lot of people are thinking. What if you've already been through all this and you got that dreaded denial letter from the insurance company? Is it over? Is it too late? The answer is absolutely not. An insurance denial, a lot of times, it's just another tactic. It is not the end of the road. It is so important to know that you still have powerful options to fight back against that decision. This is where a skilled public adjuster really shines. They can take that denial letter and formally reopen your case with the insurer. They do it by bringing in stronger evidence, more detailed documentation, and then they officially challenge the insurance company's decision on your behalf. Trust me, a lot of cases that seemed totally closed get successfully overturned this way. So after everything we've talked about, if there's one single most important thing to take away from all this, it's this. Don't go it alone. I mean, really think about that. The insurance company has a whole team of adjusters and experts and maybe even lawyers working in their corner. You absolutely deserve to have an expert in your corner too. Look,
Filing a major claim after a hurricane is a complex, high stakes game. It's not something you should have to learn on the fly while you're also trying to put your life back together. You just don't have to navigate it all by yourself.
So, when the wind finally dies down and the water recedes, the next challenge is just starting. And the only question you have to ask yourself is this: who is fighting for me?